You've decided that you want to create a Shopify e-commerce website. Here are some of the things that you need to understand. Hi, my name is Francis at Ecom Talk Point, and today's video we're going to look at some of the most important things that you need to understand before you set up the journey of creating or building an e-commerce store on Shopify. There are around 6 main things that you're going to make them 5 by combining 2 things. Number one is domain and hosting. Now, the reason I've combined domain and hosting is because Shopify themselves provide hosting as a service for e-commerce businesses. Now, a domain is simply an address that helps people find you online. If I was creating an e-commerce platform for Ecom Talk Point, I would have ecomtalkpoint.com, where people can go or can search it on the web and come to my website. Hosting is like a house for your business. If you're setting up a physical business in a central business district, then you need a house. So that house acts like the hosting. It is where people can come and browse products and buy these products from you. Number two is a theme. Now, there are 2 options when it comes to Shopify themes. You can always go with the free theme if you're just starting out, which is provided by Shopify as an e-commerce service. Now, free themes are good for beginners. It does pretty much everything. You can add products, you can set up shipping, and you can sell products, but then it has some limitations, and these limitations will force you to add things called applications. If you're a WordPress user, then you know something called plugins. Now in Shopify they're called apps, and they help you add functionalities to free themes that are not built customized for your type of business or for all the services or features that you want your website to have. So if you're going to go with the free theme, then you must be prepared to purchase or use also free applications. The downside of using applications is that it makes your website much heavier. So the more apps you add, the heavier your website becomes. The reason for this is that every application comes with its own code base, and that adds to the already existing code base on your website. If it is people searching for products on the homepage, they'll have to make more requests. The system has to make more requests to the server because of the extra applications that have brought in extra codes. The second option is premium themes. Now this solves the speed issue, but then you'll have to spend from 200, 100, I think there are $100, $200, $300, up to $500, depending on the type of theme that you need. So if you have the capability, I'd advise you just go with a premium theme from the word go. Otherwise, you can just start with a free theme. The third thing that you need to set up is payment. Now there are different payment services for different regions, and if your customers are checking out on your website, you want to make sure that you set up a payment service that allows them to check out easily. If you are in a region where PayPal is accepted, you can create a PayPal account for your business, do the verification, and link it to your website. If you have the option to do a direct bank deposit, you can also do that. There are regions where Shop is supported. Shop is also a service by Shopify that allows people to like buy products directly and just pay on the website, though this is limited to certain locations. You must perform a search before you decide to go with Shop as the option. There is the option of setting up cash on delivery if you are delivering the products yourself, and also the option of including third-party payment services. So you want to make sure that you understand or sort out the payment part properly, so that people don't land on your website and when they are trying to check out, they fail to get a working payment service. The next part is the shipping, which we mentioned before. Now, shipping will help you decide the charges and the duration that your products take to be delivered. The shorter the time, the better, because most buyers who shop online are quite impatient and they expect to receive the order within 7 to 14 days. If that's impossible, make sure you communicate it either on the product page or on the cart page, anywhere that your customer gets to see and understand that the order they've made is going to arrive within a particular period of time. If you don't communicate that and it goes longer than the time that you had promised, you may have bad reviews or customers asking for a refund before the product even gets delivered. So research on your on shipping the correct charge, so that you don't also overcharge the clients, and you also don't undercharge and incur the losses of shipping the product to the customer. Most customers prefer if the shipping cost is communicated when they're just browsing the product, so they understand the total cost that they are going to be paying. That is, if you're trying to compare between you and other buyers. Once you set shipping, the other thing that you need to understand, which is number 5 in this case, it is the legal part. Now legal things lead people into legal battles that they do not, maybe they may not be able to manage. So you need to understand the kind of products you're selling, the restrictions they have. Are they original products? Are they copyrighted products? Will they lead you into or bring you a DMCA takedown, where a known brand or a particular brand reaches out to you to ask you to take down the product that you are listing because they do not approve of it? If you want to be a reseller, you can always look for certifications, because this will help you avoid such problems. The other part of the legal part is taxes with your country, whichever country you're selling it to. You need to understand and sort out this and set it up properly in the beginning, so that you communicate the taxes that you charge, and once you have collected the money, you can remit while you are doing your taxes. So those are the most important things. There's some other things that you can always research, that you need to understand, but with that part you will have covered some of the most important part of the things you need to understand to set up a Shopify store that is going to be successful and will not have many hurdles. If you have any questions, you can drop them below, and also if you are a Shopify user who thinks I have left something out, you can drop it to help others learn and build successful Shopify businesses.